to be a social enterprise, it has to be a closed loop. It has to start with the community and it has to end with the community. So ang ine-employ mo yung skills ng community mo, ang materials mo, you find in your community, but the benefits of it should also go back to them. I started farming in 2004, and so I realized na pagka pala, when you farm pala, after you have planted the crops, you'll wait for the harvest, di ba? So in between those two periods, walang masyadong ginagawa ang tao. So I can understand why maraming utang ang mga farmers. Kasi habang naghihintay sila ng ani nila, syempre yung sustenance sila iuutang. So by the time na mag-harvest sila, pambayad na lang ng utang yung kanilang harvest. So in 2007 or 2008, I was making the upcycled buttons bracelets. Doon ako nagsimulang magturo. Pero hindi pa ito masyadong community-based. Yung mga ano pa lang ito, mga kaibigan ko na walang masyadong ginagawa. But in 2015, I got hired by the Baao LGU to teach 50 women the art and skill of hand embroidery. So 2015 ito. However, after a while, hindi nag-prosper yung skills training na yon kasi political eh. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga in-invite na mag-participate doon, yung kahit na hindi mahilig sa pagbuburda, yung accommodation, di ba? Political accommodation. So, kung gustong mag-aral, pinapunta sa training, pero after that, hindi sila na-sustain. So, in 2016, I sent some proposals to DSWD. But before that, I've sent a lot of proposals to different agencies. Wala talagang nag-a-approve. Like especially in the Department of Agriculture kasi farmer ako, so somehow connected ako sa DA. Pero they could not see the wisdom behind teaching non-agri skills. Kasi mga farmers nga eh. So ang nasa isip nila, bakit mo tuturo ang magtahi ang isang farmer or ang wife ng farmer? Luckily naman, yung proposal ko na ipinadala sa DSWD na intindihan nila yung purpose. So at the start of 2017, I began teaching 150 women the art and skill of hand embroidery via the SLP of DSWD. Ang SLP po, ang ibig sabihin nun, Sustainable Livelihood Program. This is a program by the DSWD and the recipients of the skills training or the participants are the 4 P's beneficiaries of DSWD. So doon na nagsimula yung pag-concentrate ko sa paggamit ng pagbuburda sa mga products na dinedevelop namin. So this was in 2017. So this was also the year na I registered na the business na BDBD Enterprise. So actually, nag-start siya sa hobby ko lang. But because I saw the need na magkaroon ng ibang income-generating activities, yung mga wives ng farmers, yung children ng farmers, kaya ako nagpara-propose ng mga training skills training sa mga agencies. So, nung gumagawa na po kami ng mga products na employing the hand embroidery skills, nagkaroon siya ng market. So, ang unang mga nag-patronize ng mga simple products namin noon, mga totes, kasi you can imagine, no, hindi pa naman masyadong magagaling yung mga tinuruan ko. So, very simple lang yung mga designs, pero binibili siya ng DA. Kunwari, may pa-seminar, o may guests, bibigyan ng token, yun ang binibili nila. Kaya nagkaroon ng market. And then, that was also the year na naging akong beneficiary ng Great Women Project. So, under the Great Women, nagpadala sila ng mga experts dito sa Bicol sina Zara Juan, yung designer, si Chit Juan, saka iba-iba pang mga experts, nakita nila yung gawa ko na hand embroidery and nakita nila na may potential. So, they started mentoring me. Tinuruan ako paano maggamit ng Instagram, Facebook. Kasi yung Facebook ko dati parang personal lang, kung anong ginagawa ko, pinupost ko. So, pinadala nila ako sa UP Clark para mag-undergo ng training galing mismo sa Facebook. So, sa training na yon, natutunan ko how to take advantage of the social media platforms. Yun ang dalawa, Facebook and Instagram. So, sa pag-post ko ng mga products in these two social media platforms, nakita ako ng buong mundo. So, doon nag-start yung talagang malaking market. Hindi naman siya malaki in the sense na nag-e-export ako kasi hindi naman ako nag-e-export. Local lang ang market ko. Pero doon nagkaroon ng clamor kasi dito rin nag-start yung sensibility ng mga Filipinos to buy locally produced things. So, nauso nung nag-start noong time na yon na may consciousness na ang mga Pinoy na kailangan local. Kaya usong-uso noon yung makikita mo mga hand-woven materials na ginagawang mga clothing. Nakasabay ako doon. Ang direct na benefit ng mga farmers and their families ay, number one, nagkaroon ako ng scholarship program. So part of the profits of Bidi-Bidi Enterprise goes to a scholarship fund. I have sent in 2010 at least 12 students to college. Dito lang sa local college namin sa SUC, pero meron ako ngayong scholar na magiging ng principal sa isang public school. So it's a matter of giving them a chance na magkaroon ng education. Number two, yung Baaw po kasi is known to be the embroidery center of Bicol in the 70s. Naalala ko noon, yung isang barangay dito sa amin, yung Santa Cruz, Barangay Santa Cruz, ang mga household doon mayayaman kasi they were engaged in the embroidery business. Kaya lang, nung pumasok sa atin yung mga machine o computer-generated embroidery, yung mga embroideries galing sa China na very cheap, namatay yung industry na yon. So, when I started teaching the hand embroidery skills, that was the main reason behind my mind na gusto kong ma-revive yung traditional skill na alam ng mga taga-Baaw and make Baaw known again as the center of hand embroidery. Not only, ngayon nga hindi na lang Bicol, di ba? Kasi dahil sa social media, known na ang products ko all over the country. So, number 3 naman, yung pinaka nag-inspire nga sa akin to go into this enterprise, yung plight ng mga farmers natin. Kasi as a farmer, alam ko kung gaano kahirap kumita. Nagkaroon sila ng economic empowerment. So because they're earning something from embroidery, meron na silang say sa family budget. So they can now put on the table sa family na itong amount na ito para sa mga projects ng mga bata, ito naman para sa akin. Nagkaroon sila ng say na yon. Nawala nung hindi pa sila from zero income kasi yan, Noy. Zero income, now average income nila in a week siguro mga 1,000. Ang nun, siguro sa tingin ng iba maliit lang yon, but this is home-based. Hindi sila pumapasok sa isang factory. They work on my designs at home. So they continue to be mothers, wives, sisters sa family nila. Hindi sila ina-uproot sa kanilang lugar. So, kagaya bukas, Saturday, dadating sila, dala-dala nila yung mga finished items nila na nabordahan, then I pay them. They get paid by the piece. With the Bidi brand, I see myself making designs that will be featured in international shows. Hindi naman yung export quantity pa kasi hindi ko pa naman yun kaya. But at least yung exposure ko magiging international na. And so I'm planning to join international trade fairs. Yun ang nakahilera. May invitations na. Actually, I have an invitation in Austria for February and sa Hong Kong. Mga nasa planning stage pa lang naman ito. Wala pa namang concrete ano. But the real plan is to make my enterprise sustainable. So, hindi man kami lumaki kasi ang DTI naman ang definition nila ng isang business na successful when you go to export. Ako naman hindi. Ang definition ko ng success sa aking ginagawa, yung more people are hired, more hands are involved in making my product. So that means more mouths are fed. Yun ang aking gauge. I can look a person in the eye and say na what I'm doing is very successful because I have touched a lot of lives, not only here in my hometown, in my community, but a lot of lives. I get comments like I inspire them sa mga ginagawa ko. So that to me is an indication of success. So hindi siya measurable in terms of monetary numbers, pero immeasurable siya. And I get asked, did you get rich doing your business? Ang aking palaging sinasabi, I got enriched. So it's more on the effect sa pagkatao ko, hindi lang sa bulsa. To be a social enterprise, it has to be a closed loop. It has to start with the community and it has to end with the community. So, ang ine-employ mo, yung skills ng community mo, ang materials mo, you find in your community, but the benefits of it should also go back to them. Anong ibig sabihin? Like, sa mga employees ko, na improve naman yung lives nila kasi from not having a private CR, meron na silang CR, yung pawid lang ang kanilang bubong ngayon, galvanized iron na. Yung isa kong nakapag-add na siya ng isang room because dati tabi-tabi lang silang matulog. So ngayon, dahil dalaga naman yung aking scholar, very happy siya na meron na siyang sariling kwarto. So, yun ang aking advice sa mga anybody, especially sa mga kids. I mentor entrepreneurial students of Ateneo Dinaga. So that's what I always tell them. You have to get your community involved in your business. Kasi sa akin natingin, yun ang nagiging factor na pagiging sustainable ng isang business. Yung hindi ka naaangkat sa ibang lugar. You make use of what you have in your community.